Hello, welcome to another episode of Layers, the series where I hang out with a friend in the creative field and show the depth of who they are through friendship. Today we're hanging out with... I actually don't know. I don't know. I mean, this is the possibilities that we're going to be hanging out with, so let's go find out.
You hate to know me when you never knew me like that. Assume that you illuminous, contributing to my path. Another one that baked the dust, I'm running out of life hacks. That was so naive of me to think that you won't bite back. Don't know where I would be in this world if I ain't write rap. So bro, you got a nice flow, he ain't really all that. All they do is cap to you, nothing like a nice hat. I just want a good life, blessings on some good math. Angel on my back, but the devil's in the details. God still prevails, label me the poster child of greatness when the kid trails. No target on my back, it ever lit it, tell you these sales. The booth.
She's pretty dope.
We did it, y'all!
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
So, when I was filming the intro,
Mm-hmm.
like I have a intro line, whatever, right? And after that, I say, today I'm hanging out with this person.
Mm-hmm.
But with you, I don't know who I'm hanging out with today. Who are we?
Because Freshie the Dove, Pretty Boy Diaz, Henry Brown, Peppermint, Schizo,
Yeah.
Elijah, Dice, the Godhead.
It's like the general
Yeah.
person Dice. And then
The general person is just Dice.
okay.
Yeah. So I don't like choose the day and I'm like, I'm just gonna be Freshie the Dove today.
I would if I were you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Freshie the Dove is like the confident. You know?
Yeah.
It's like my most confident like version
Yeah.
is Freshie the Dove. That's like when I feel like the most like swagged out.
Yeah.
And
Can you tell them about like why Dove?
oh,
It's the cutest thing. And it's also the same reason as Twins for the Kids. Yeah.
I told you. So like before my first mixtape, I was like a teacher, right? In like elementary school. And like the coolest kids I ever met, like in my life, literally, like was the kids that I taught, and the class was called Nursery 3 Doves. And I was just like, yeah, I'm like Freshie the Dove.
You're a Dove.
I'm literally a dove. I'm one of them. They're gonna grow up and they might not remember, but if I see one of those kids and I'm like, yo, you're a dove.
Yeah. No, I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
If like I'm one of those kids and I grow up and I'm like, oh my god, my teacher used to be
And then it's
Dicey.
like, imagine like one of my students became like a fan of my music. That would be
I think they will be.
so cool.
Yeah.
When they turn like 18 and they can listen to whatever, and then they're like, oh, that's
I remember him.
remember elementary school.
Teacher Elijah. Is that what they call you?
Yeah. Be like, Teacher Elijah. This one is doing this. I'm like, yeah. But one thing that taught me though was like patience. For like working with kids. Yeah. That's the one thing you instantly like pick up on is patience.
Yep.
Because like they're just pure little beings. Literally like innocent. They have no malice in their heart. They have nothing. So they might do it a lot of stuff to just like piss you off completely. Especially like think about like 25 of them in one room. And you have to control them.
Yep.
So you just have to one thing I learned with kids, like you can never let a kid be idle. Like you always have to have them occupied with like work. Hey, draw this. Hey, let's play with some clay. Hey, let's write. Oh, okay, it's time to read. It's time to do this.
Yeah.
So like you need to keep kids, preoccupied.
Yeah. But the thing, my thing with kids that I keep trying to remember every time I'm hanging out with a kid and I'm getting pissed off is they're experiencing the world for the first time. Most of the things that you're seeing them do is their first, so they're learning.
Of course, literally,
really
literally learning. Yeah. And exactly. But then you find out like you're the one that's actually learning too. Because they might ask you a question like do you love what you do? I remember a kid asked me that one day and I was like, do I? I was like, you know what? Let's go make some music. Let's go make some music. And boom,
That's
tunes for the
crazy.
kids.
Yeah.
Literally tunes for the kids. And then Fast forward,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Dice is here, and like, you know, I feel like the journey has been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I've like discovered a lot of things, you know. I've like made a lot of connections, made a lot of great friends.
Mm-hmm.
I met you through like music,
Yeah.
you know, and yeah, like literally, I feel like there's the coolest people I ever met. I don't know if I would have met them if I wasn't making music.
Yeah.
Literally. So I'm just grateful for the music because I got to meet like, you know, genuine people
Mm-hmm.
and just like create those connections and also like share my perspectives to the world because then, you know, in the music, sometimes we might be dancing, sometimes we might be vibing, but then other times like you get to actually like really pour your heart out and talk to the people.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm just grateful for that, you know. So shout out to the doves.
Shout out to the doves.
What do you love what you do? Who's this kid?
Oh my god! If a kid asked me that, I'd
you love what you do? I was like, do you love what you do? What are you even doing? What do you think you're doing here?
Yeah,
I'm just learning. Like literally, that's exactly what you're doing. You're learning. Like wow. So like, there's always like a lot of like raw wisdom in like kids' heads because they don't really fathom things. They don't take time to really fathom things. They just have like a really straightforward, pure question because that's the first time they actually have thought about that thing. So you're just like, why is he him? Why is he doing this? Who is this to me? Why are they mad? Why are they angry at me? Does that mean that they hate me? Does that mean that they love me?
Yeah.
You know? So I'm just like, kids' brains are amazing. Yeah, I feel like they could teach you a lot about like, you know, how to view the world. It gives you perspective.
It does. Isn't that ironic though?
Yeah.
Because we were once that. And then we were taught to be a certain way.
Yeah, and then the world like, you know, makes you a whole different person, you know, and then like insecurities and doubt kick in. And then adulting, bills.
Fucking bills.
You know? And then, like, yeah, man, I wish I was a kid again. But then you have to always tap into that you know, inside you. I feel like that's why I love my name so much because, like, you know, I feel like it makes me look back to that kid, you know, the Dice kid is just like, free thinking, imagination going crazy, you know? So, like, everybody needs to be a kid. Everybody needs to be a kid again.
True. Real.
Right? Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I feel like I'm discovering being a kid through how I dress now.
Through how you dress?
Yeah.
I mean, fashion obviously is a, like, dope, you know, way of, like, self-expression. I feel like, before I met B, B like I was like, yo, B, you gotta be my stylist, man. And I was like, bro, of course.
Yeah, you know he made these.
I can tell. I can tell.
Wait, let me show them.
B made the pants. B is the best designer in the country.
Yeah.
And I stand on it. Best designer in the country. You gotta wear Fragile. Yeah. You know.
This is not like an ad. No,
this is not an ad. I'm just putting you guys on.
Yeah.
Literally, like, as a I believe like I'm a pioneer of the culture. Literally, I believe that I'm contributing to this fresh market in a way that nobody has before.
Yeah.
So when you see things like Fragile, yo, that's just out of this world.
It really is.
So,
it really is.
Shout out to you, B. Shout out to you. Shout out to all the dope designers and everybody doing their thing, you know? We just need more. We need a world of free thinkers and people who actually do and follow their dreams, you know? Yeah.
Real.
Speaking of, like, following dreams, what are you following right now, you know?
What am I following right now? That's a kid question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know I got the kid questions. I have like 100 of them lined up. Each child's question, they asked me some real stuff, and I was like, you know what? I gotta rethink my life.
Yeah. But what am I following?
What are you following?
I feel like multiple things, honestly, but the main thing right now is detachment. Although I don't like to use this word when it comes to what I'm following, but
Detachment.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I'm super emotional. I've always known that, but the older I get, the more emotional I get, and I'm like, what the fuck is that about? You know? And like life piles up and like things happen, disappointing things, right? And I mean, it's not just me, it happens to a lot of people. I gotta just, keep it pushing. But I find myself dwelling on something for so long, and I need to learn to
detach.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah. It's kind of what I'm following.
That's like peak maturing. That's like, yeah. I don't need this right now. I don't need this. No, but I feel that because like I feel like I used to be a type of person that says yes to everything. Oh, no, I got you, bro. Oh, hey, and then sometimes like it gets very overwhelming. Especially like, meeting everyone's expectations.
Yeah.
And trying to like make sure everybody's happy. You can't make everybody happy.
You cannot.
And you can't let people control how they make you feel. I feel like if from the comments to opinions, like the way you feel genuinely should be the only thing that's valid to you. Because like everybody has an opinion about everything. And
Real.
It's okay to listen to hear everything, but don't listen to everything. Don't take everything like this. I think maybe you should stick to this version of you. I think maybe like I feel like you look better like that. I feel like maybe you should do this like this. I get a lot of those. Everybody has an opinion of who they want you to be. Sometimes it's out of love. Sometimes it's just like, you're not. People think it's always easy because they're not like they're laid back. They're just observers.
Yeah. And they're not living it.
Yeah. But when you live in it, you actually like get to control how things, how things move for you. So I've learned that, especially in my career. I've seen a lot of people just like stick in their little bubble and they never really get to like flourish like that because they just keep listening to everything and then their stuff becomes very how do I say this, just becomes very mid, and it just becomes like because you're not following your own ration.
You're not, you're just listening to what people are saying.
And then you're trying to apply that.
And people change their mind all the fucking time.
So perspective is good.
Yeah.
But learning to translate it is also a skill I feel like people need to really tap into, because like, yo, like, what do you mean? What do you mean you're gonna listen to everything? What do you mean you're gonna allow everything to affect you at once?
Listen.
Like, oh my God, they said I look like this. Oh my God, they said I sound bad. Oh my God. I'm like, nah, bro. So I feel like detachment. That's real. That's how you mature, because
really is.
And that's how you actually really get to follow your dreams. In my opinion, because like, unnecessary relationships. I feel like you and I's relationship. To be honest, I feel like we only communicate, when we like need to, and every time we hang out, it's always like amazing conversation. It's always the same love, and it's always that consistent love. So I feel like we don't need to like kick it every day, or like what's up, where you at, you outside. But every time we link up, it's just like love. And it's always something inspiring and something that has to do with growth. So those are the type of relationships that I value in my life, honestly. The people that I get to meet, whenever I do meet them, it contributes just to my growth mentally, and also just like emotionally. I'm just like, okay, wow. If it doesn't feel like a task to hang out with this person, or like an obligation, you know, it's just like, yo, we're just like literally just chilling. You know, we're just chilling. But then, you know, some relationships where like in the past it was always about like yo, okay, I just have to be that friend, and every day you gotta check up and you gotta, you know. But then like you need you, especially the people around you. I feel like the phase that we're in right now, like, you know, you're doing the content, like I'm making the music, you know, and like
You want to take that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's my mom, guys. Shout out to my mom.
We're back.
And we're back. Make sure you leave a like, share, subscribe.
Thank you.
You know?
I forget to say that.
Yeah, like, you know, like, one thing I should tell people, if you like something, if you genuinely like see something and it's dope, and you're like, okay, this is dope, and you don't like want other people to see it, yeah, that's kind of
crazy.
That's kind of lame. Because like there is no way I'm gonna like something and not be like, yo,
let me put people on.
Yo, you guys go check this out.
Yeah.
Like, you have to go check this out. You know, like I was listening to like a friend's album and I was like, yo, I gotta post this. He's so dope. It's like 2030 futuristic music. It's called Mo Treasure. Mo Treasure. Yeah. He has an amazing project.
I think I saw it through you.
I'm gonna put it as a post. I'm gonna post it on my feed. Yeah. Because I feel like people need to listen to this. You know, because it's everything the culture needs. Like we just need to evolve with the culture, and like obviously to let people know that, yo, we are like Rwandan, but like, you know, we're also evolving in terms of the way we think, the things that we do, the way we dress, and we still add those elements of our culture, you know? And I feel like that project is a testament of that, because it's very futuristic, but it still sounds Rwandan to the core.
I will be listening today.
Gary is a whole classic. Is a real classic. But yeah, like, you know, if you like something, tell a friend. Yeah. Like, literally, I've met, like, I made a genuine community off of just people just like genuinely, you know, sharing and telling people like, yo, you should listen to Dicekid. Like, you haven't heard of Dicekid? Yeah. You know? So like, just like I'm showing you like, yo, you gotta check out more treasures. So if you trust my ration, definitely gonna be like, oh, Dice told me about this guy. Yeah. So I feel like everybody here that likes something, they just like it, and then they're like, oh, okay.
They keep it pushing. The gatekeep. You know, like on my TikToks, you know, you can see like if someone saves your TikTok, if they repost it, everything. Yeah. I catch people saving it and not liking.
Literally.
And I'm like, damn.
You're just saving it. Maybe for some sort of inspiration. If you got inspired, like you got
like just leave a like. You don't have to repost.
Leave a like. That's what it actually means. Like, like if you like it, like it. You know, we're like in a digital era, so that's how people show love. Yeah. So if you love something and you just see it and you keep scrolling, come on, man. Yeah. You know, obviously nobody's like really fishing for likes. Right. Nobody. I'm not talking about, oh my God, we need likes. No, we don't need likes. But if you come across something that's inspiring and you love it, my dude, just like, you know, tell a friend, share it. That's how we grow. That's how we grow as a community. That's how we grow as a country. It all comes from like people, you know, genuinely believing and standing on their opinion and standing on the things that they admire. You know? So like if I really liked something, I need to make sure that people know, like, you know,
this was good.
It's just like when you have a girl,
check
like,
it out.
You can't gatekeep your girl. Like if you really love her, I mean, you gotta sometimes let some people know. You know, you gotta let some people know. You know? But I feel like that topic is different though.
Is it?
I feel like it's different because like No, I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole.
You don't want to?
No.
Okay.
No. I can't go down that rabbit hole. It's it can get sticky.
It does.
Yeah. But yeah, if you like something, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Literally.
Share it.
Share it.
Yeah. I've had Daniel Distant Relatives. Daniel.
Yeah. Shout out to Distant Relatives.
Shout out. Yeah. He's told me that there's multiple brands that he's met through me sharing them on socials.
That's crazy.
Right?
That's
and I was
crazy.
like, okay, it's doing something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah. Because like if you got like 100 people or like 1,000 people that admire you, and you tell those 1,000 people like, yo, man, like I also like this thing too. It does something for them. It's just like,
if they trust your judgment, they're gonna be like, all right,
oh, let me give it a chance.
Yeah.
You know, let me see what he's talking about. And then you find like you're helping out in a way that you don't know.
Exactly.
You know, because like we especially as artists, we've all made it to a point of success just because people show genuine love. You know, so I feel like even in the early stage of like the rap game, when people like K-Shot and Ish and Logan and OG,
the Loud
Sound, Zed.
What was it? Quantum Gauge. That era.
Even that era of unity, you cannot skip a scroll without seeing everybody genuinely showing love to each other.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, you know, people grow apart and people take their own route.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's life.
Yeah, but then the impact that unity had on the rap game, on the Rwandan rap game, is something that I feel like, you know, in the next 20 years, people get to understand the value of that. Because they're like, oh, these guys really came up together, pushing each other, posting each other, just making sure they show people that, yo, you gotta love us.
Yeah.
You know, and it catapulted all their careers, you know, and I think they would say the same too, you know. So yeah, like show some love to the things that you actually like.
Yeah.
And if you hate it, you know, you can talk about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
talk about why you hate it.
Talk about why you hate it. You know, it's okay, but just don't be a hater, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be a hater.
Damn. You got hella people calling you.
Yeah. Yola. Commercial break. Commercial break.
Is this thing on? I didn't even tell you where we were. We're at 6 Records, aka the Multimedia Hub. We're in the studio. Hopefully the sound sounds good because like it's soundproofed. And the issue with this camera is it picks up each and every sound. The computer's running, the sound is going, but I can edit that out. So hopefully everything else is good. But here's a studio tour. There's the recording area, the computer, a ring light because we need to be seen. That's the door. There's another door over there. And that's a chilling area. And there's a 6. Don't know if you can see it. But that's it too.
How long is usually
We're back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm actually currently, as we speak, exporting the first one. And it's taken 10,000 years.
The first one.
Yeah. It was in Ngara first.
Mm-hmm.
And then
How long was
there's Nikita's. It's like an hour.
An hour.
Yeah. And then there's Nikita's, and then Sema, and then you. And then we'll see who else.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, how you feeling?
Work is I'm worked up. I'm stressed out.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about I just worked. I just worked up. Look at me all typed up. Gotta take a shower.
Okay. Oh, I like the watch.
Oh, my dad gave me this watch.
Super nice.
Yeah.
I
It's
love
like
it.
you know when your dad gives you a watch? That's like as a man it's just like yeah. Yeah. Doesn't get realer than that.
Nice.
So I wear it full confidence.
Mm.
Yeah.
I like that.
Blowing me up. Yeah. I guess.
What do you feel like doing right now? That would help.
I feel like getting this out the way. And then just like going there at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And having like a cold smoothie.
Sounds like a vibe.
Smoothie on me when I'm done.
Let's do it.
Smoothie cocktail.
We'll see. Yeah.
So, yeah, right. We do that?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
See you. No problem. We'll be back. So sunny.
How you feeling? How you doing?
Like in general? Yeah. Guys, I'm doing terrible actually.
Terrible.
I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm doing horribly.
Horribly?
Yep. Where do you want to sit? Yeah. What do you usually get?
Depends. Depends on like what you prefer. Do you like smoothies?
I like smoothies.
They make a smoothie here called Commando.
That's the one I'm looking at. So what's up? We're gonna get into me in a bit, and I did this to them, to the vlog, when I was a Sima as well. I said I'm not gonna, whatever we're about to speak about is gonna be edited out. Because I'm going through it. Yeah. And just like for transparency, for the YouTube, I feel like I'll be going through it for like a year. Genuinely. So y'all are gonna hear me say I'm going through it for a year.
What are you going through?
Life. Grief.
Grief.
Yeah.
Grief. Speak on. Tell me about grief. How do you handle grief? As somebody that's going through something, what are your methods of coping with the stuff you're going through?
I cry a lot, which I think is good.
Very good.
But
I feel like I've been allowing myself to do that as well.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta let go. I feel like crying is a release. It feels like a release.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's literally like a release.
Yeah. But I feel like, especially for something that's like so huge, and like I said, I'm gonna be going through it for a year. Like once I started crying, it just doesn't stop. Like right now, I'm stopping myself from crying at all times. You know? So I'm trying to deal with that, because nothing's gonna get done ever if I keep crying forever and ever.
Yeah. I feel like crying, like a never-ending cry, is not a way to deal with something. Like I said, it's a way to release, cope. But to really completely shut down a certain emotion, especially an emotion like grief, is to embrace it and embrace that it's there, and don't try to ignore the fact that you're feeling what you're feeling. If you're anxious, depressed, sad, I feel like I've been through those stages where like you go through the whole year and you're like, bro, you haven't really accepted the fact that even though you're crying and releasing and doing all those little things to cope with, those emotions, you're not really dealing with them. And the first way to deal with something is to accept that it's there.
Yeah.
And accept that it's damaging you. And then acceptance then means what you get to give power,
Yeah.
Because like if you accept that the grief is kicking your ass, then it's like it's gonna keep kicking your ass.
Yeah.
But if you accept that it's not gonna stop you from being happy, it's not gonna stop you from loving your brothers and sisters, it's not gonna stop you from achieving your dreams. You go through it with ease, and it just slowly starts dissipating. Simply because you accepted that it's there and you embraced it, you're like, yeah, I am sad. But then I get to control how my sadness affects me.
Yeah.
You know? And then you get to be that person that's just like, so what? Like, you know, I lost like 10 friends this year. So what? I went through a breakup. So what? Things haven't been going the way they're supposed to. So I've been just down. Things haven't been working out.
Yeah.
But that's not gonna stop me from moving. You know? Because what makes us human beings is simply going through. A friend told me that the other day, and I was just like, "Oh, that's genius." He said his dad told him, "What makes a man is going through." Even when things don't go through,
You go through.
you just gotta go through. Like, go through it all.
Yeah.
Pain, grief, blah blah blah. Keep moving. Accept it. Of course, you can't ignore it. You gotta accept it. The pain, every single thing, the frustration, the doubt, the nervousness. Even when I get nervous on stage, I'm just like, not gonna do anything to me. Because I know me. I know myself. I know exactly who I am. I know the power that I possess. And so what makes a man, not makes a human
person.
being,
Yeah.
person,
Yeah.
is simply going through.
Yeah.
Simply going through. Even when I look at like the generation before us, our parents, the horrific things that they went through.
Yeah.
But they're still here, smiling, breathing, alive. Obviously, there's still some stuff they haven't really come to peace with. But they keep going.
Yeah.
Because life is precious. Life is precious, and life was not one to let the things that beat you down actually hurt you. Because we're strong. We could take it. We could take a few punches. Because we're very, very powerful. We carry so much.
Emphasis on the few, though. Yeah. Sometimes it feels like it's one too many punches.
Yeah. Sometimes like, oh shit, I'm taking a hit.
Yeah.
But like, trust me, you could take one few many punches. Because that's how you make it to 26. That's how you make it to 30. You take a lot of punches.
Yeah.
So many punches.
Consecutively,
back to back to back. And if you're going through something, go through it.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. I'm trying.
If you're going through something, just go through it. Yeah. You just have to, because like, I feel like the world is like a big ass puzzle of like falling pieces, and it's not enough people putting those pieces together to complete the puzzle. So the more we keep the more people keep giving up, that puzzle is never gonna get complete. So we need people who keep pushing those pieces, keep pushing those boundaries, keep living, keep inspiring, keep showing people that, yo, I did this, you can do it too. We all live by inspiration, and we're all inspired, and yeah, I feel like you just gotta go through it all.
Yeah.
Yep, that's how I feel.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, you gotta go through. It's a must.
It is.
Because things have to get better. They just have to.
They
literally have to. They have no other choice.
Yeah.
They literally have no other choice but to. Things just have to get better. Because that's the mindset that you keep carrying. And the more you carry that mindset, those are the things that the universe...
that you attract. Absolutely.
That's why, I can never let my situation, my trauma, pain, anxiety, blah, 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 those have no power over me. It's not like they're things that don't exist. that would be just being naive and like, oh, everything is butterflies and rainbows, you know? Yeah. And I know some people, especially who are still stuck in that like butterfly and rainbow world. But then like this, you could tell that they're really getting beat up because they're not accepting the fact that they're getting beat up.
Yeah.
Just accept it and then get stronger. Fight back with positivity and keep moving, thinking of ideas, keep trying.
Yeah.
Keep trying. Yeah. And also, there's God. I don't know if you're a spiritual person.
I am a spiritual person.
I grew up in a spiritual family, so there's literally nothing I can't solve with a prayer. Literally, after praying, I'm just like, you know what was I even worried about? And then things just work out because I know, like, yo, I'm not doing this alone. I'm not doing any of this alone.
Yeah.
You have God in your life. It's just like everything else just makes sense. Like, I'm here. I have a purpose. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not worthless. Yeah, let's go. And you make it faster in life by being in tune with your spirit.
Yeah.
Because in his mind, his body, and his spirit. You take care of your body, you eat nice. Because taking care of your body is also godly.
It is.
Eating right, sleeping. I know I'm saying it, but look at my eyes. I gotta sleep. But like I always make sure I take care of myself. I always make sure if I gotta spend money to go get like a little
haircut,
a little smoothie. Always make sure I'm trying to look good. Buy me a fit. Buy some cakes. All that stuff. It's godly. It's godly to take care of you. So
I'm gonna quote you next time people are saying I'm spending too much.
Yeah,
I'll be like, it's godly.
I'm literally doing as God told me to do. And then you take care of your mind. Like, what are you feeding your mind?
Yeah.
Like negativity and niggas is like making you feel anger. Are people making you like? Are they fucking up your vibe, your whole mood?
Niggas always do that.
Yeah, niggas ain't shit.
Yeah.
Shit,
Yeah.
But then like protect the things that enter your mind. Certain things because I for one, like personally, I'll say like I've seen a lot, done a lot of stuff, blah blah blah. And it's kind of messed up my brain a little bit. And you have to sometimes that's why I like so I love being a kid, and I like that purity of their minds. It's just like pure. That's why anybody who hurt a kid, I'm just like, yo, you deserve to like die. But that's just my evil mind. That's just like me. But you see, like that's the thing. I'm inspired by kids. I'm just like, yo, pure mind can think about anything, can just love without any strings attached. Could just like, so I feel like a child's mind is, because even in the Bible says like, yo, you gotta have a child's mind, because it's as pure as anything else. Baby's just like happy, So you protect the mind, the things that you put in your head. You take care of your soul. You pray. You talk to God. You listen to your conscious, your spirit. You let that. You let God speak to you. He talks. You talk to him, he talks back.
Yeah.
That's. I always tell people like, yo, even when I'm making music, like my process has become so clean. I've become so good at what I do because I don't rely on my skill anymore. I already know the skill is there. The skill, I can just keep sharpening the skill until I die. But I don't try that. I'm just like, what is my spirit telling me? Like, how is it? What is it? How do I say this like this? How do I, And then I just go off of feel. That's what I call it. My spirit is feel. You know, every time I feel something, I feel like it's God communicating to me.
Yeah.
You know,
Same.
so I'm trying to tap into my soul.
Mm-hmm.
Really tap into my soul, to my music, and really like go off of feel.
Mm.
I keep telling it to people like, yo, you just gotta. Every time you feel something, like,
And it's
you
strong,
ignore
like
it,
yeah,
and you
no,
ignore it, those senses, they start like dampening.
reducing. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and when those senses keep dampening, you can't feel anything anymore. Then you're just going off of straight logic. Oh, this is how it works. It doesn't work any other way. Boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, like, yo, you're just slacking, you're running behind because you don't want to do the things that your heart is telling you to do.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I remember, like, my heart kept telling me, like, yo, Dice, you gotta make content, bro. Like, you gotta make content. You need to put yourself out in the world. Nobody gives a damn how talented you are. It's like 8 billion people. Start sharing your talent to the world.
Yeah, because how are they gonna know about your talent if you're not?
You can't just be like, here you go, guys, out now.
Right, and that's it.
Come on,
That does not work.
What the hell is that? You know? Here you go, guys, out now. Check this out. What? No, you need to communicate to the people. You need to visually represent yourself. Show people that you're a human being and like that you exist. That you can look bummy. Like, you know, can be tired. You can, you know.
Yeah.
You need to show that side of yourself too.
The real life side.
The real life side. So, mind, body, spirit, lock in. Everything else, you just go through that. As long as you protect that, protect your soul, protect your mind, take care of your body. You know, even take care of your body in terms of like who you let around it, who you let, you know,
that part.
You know, it's just like
you
get to let kiss you or touch you. That's very important too, because those are like things that also mess up your soul a little bit. Because now your mind is that messes up a lot of things. If you let people mess with your body,
yeah,
you know, it becomes tough. It becomes really tough. So, yeah, just gotta go through.
Go through. It doesn't help that, like, you know about the stages of grief, right?
I've heard of it, but tell me about it.
The last stage is acceptance. So you have to go through so much and then get to that acceptance and then go through. Do you get what I mean?
So what's the first step of grief?
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
You ignore it.
You in denial. Denial is the first. The second, I think, is anger. The third is bargaining.
You're trying to say, okay, maybe I shouldn't like this or this like this. Maybe I shouldn't do this or that.
And the fourth is depression. And then you get to the acceptance.
Yeah, you accept.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I say allow yourself to feel.
Yeah.
Feel it all. Feel it. Anger. Feel it. I'm fucking angry. I'm sad.
Yeah.
Feel it.
Yeah.
You know, and then you accept it. Like, okay, it's not gonna affect me. It's not gonna do anything to me. It's just gonna, like, you know, I'm not gonna let it affect me in any way possible.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Goddamn. Should I start documenting my grief?
Yeah.
Process? I think I will.
You know, journal. Write something for, you know, for the next griever.
Yeah.
You know? Those are you know, the lessons that people need to like carry. You know? The lessons people need to carry.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel. It's very cool.
It is, right? I love it. Do you know how I got it?
Your friend gave it to you, right?
I told you that.
Yeah.
The owner of Zvet.
Zvet.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it on Instagram. You do content for that, right?
Yeah, I do. I'm the brand ambassador.
Content.
And I do their content sometimes. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers to you.
To you. Well, this is nice.
That's tough,
This
right?
is real nice. Yeah.
3 chaps. Pull up on me.
But yeah, so we worked together, and I was in the first collection, the brand video. Like the model in their brand video for their first collection. I love that video. But I went through it that day too.
Yeah, that was a significant video too.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember you pulled up to one of my videos too, and you were very like sick. You still showed up.
Yeah.
You still came to support. It's a real one right here.
I got you.
I remember it was you and another friend, you know, shout out to Pauline, because she came through last minute. And that was a very significant video to me because it was like, you know, it was like kind of a big song. And
it's Wowe. Go stream.
Know? And then, you know, I was just like a lot of the models that I had picked to you know, be in the video, they weren't available, right, on the day of the shoot.
Yeah.
And you know, I just called up every, you know, my close friends last minute, and they pulled up, you know. So yeah, you said something about significant videos.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's a significant video for me.
Yeah.
It was a tough one.
Yeah. No, you were stressed on that day, but that is documented. It's on the channel.
Yeah. You pulled up and you, yep. This camera right
I'll
here.
try to link it. Yeah. And you vlogged for the first time. You say, hey guys.
I was like, how do I vlog? I just say hi.
Yeah, the camera was given to me by Svet through that, like, just me posting on TikTok, her seeing me, forming that relationship. And then one day, she asked me to do content. And my friend was like, can you ask her if she has a camera to give an exchange for that content? And she did. And she wasn't using it. And that's how come I have this.
That's crazy.
Yep.
that inspired me to actually, like, start documenting myself. So I was like, it would be dope to have, like, archives of 10 years of my career. Just to track the progress. Like, oh, started from the bottom, now we're here. You know? And just to see how that goes. Yeah. Yeah, it inspired me to document myself as well.
This is really good.
This is very refreshing as well.
It is. So thick.
Very.
Love it.
It's a whole peanut butter.
And the banana isn't like, you know, when bananas are in smoothies, usually that's all you can taste. It's not that overpowering.
Yeah, it's a balance.
Yeah.
It's a very balanced. We have a great barista. It's amazing. He makes a mean cocktail. A mean cocktail.
I know spiced tea. I've had spiced tea here. I loved it.
Yeah. Amazing barista. That's that part of the video where, you know, it's not even awkward silence.
It's not really.
It's like,
yeah.
Reflection.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, it's crazy because that video was like 9 months ago. 9
whole months already? I know it was in the summer, but like when exactly?
I think it was like around July.
No. And yeah, end of July, August. Because Taste was in August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple months. About 9.
Yeah. That's crazy. What?
And now we're here at the first half of the year, 2025. And you
how's 2025 been for you?
It's been amazing. It's amazing. You know, like getting to go to another country because of my music. Yeah. It's amazing. It's
UG, right?
Yeah. And it's like genuine fans there. People who actually know you, like, yo, bro, you're amazing. You're like, what? I just live next door. Yeah. It's crazy. You know, after that, we're going to Kenya. And, you know, I feel like it's my goal to, like, you know, like unify this region as like a new hotspot, you know, in the music industry. South Africa, they got their thing. The West, they had their thing. But East Africa, we never like come together like that.
Yeah.
Yet. You know? And yeah, that's what I want to do, especially with hip hop. You know, especially with just like creating a sound, our sound. You know, and that's why I've been experimenting with a lot of sounds lately.
Yeah.
Because I just want to find that that East African sound. God damn.
You're popular.
One thing I realized, like, the vibe in the studio always reflects in the people's ears. Like when you're trying to get all serious, people are gonna hear you. Yeah, he was trying to get all serious. When you're having fun, people like gravitate towards that. Even him, Brian.
Yeah.
When we were making that little freestyle, we were so like,
was it fun?
Happy.
Yeah.
Everybody was just laughing. It's just like, I got let me say something. It's independent. Content creator. I was like, yeah, bars. And that's the simplest thing I ever came up with in my life.
Yeah. And it's blowing up.
It's blowing up.
It's crazy. I just checked because I opened Instagram when you had gone, and I saw it was there. And then I saw 300 comments. I said, what? So I went to your page, and it's 99.9K views. I mean, as of now, it's probably 100K.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's crazy. And you just dropped it yesterday.
24 hours ago.
Man.
It's fun. It's very... It's somebody texted Brian and told him like you're making the world, not the world. You're making the city breathe finally. Because you know what? After a grieving period like April, like all the city needs is just like have fun and smile and you know just get back into like a good mood, you know. So I feel like that's what we did. And that's what we wanted to. It's like, oh, bro, summer is coming. Let's give the people something that's just like
something fun.
Feel like, you know, like let them feel
like
something.
a little vibe. Yeah.
So when he sent me that text, I was like, wow, like, you know, the music is that's what we do it for. It's very significant to me to like contribute to the culture and also like understand what it needs in a specific time. You know, obviously in the time of grief, you know, obviously you need to let people know, this is our history. This is how things, you know, got us where we are. You have to always educate yourself, you know. And then, you know, there's a season for everything. Yeah. Just like there's a season for grief, and you know, now it's a season to have fun and turn up and actually like, you know, be with your loved ones and take care of them. Then there's gonna be more seasons. Yeah. You know, so you need to learn to be a person of every season. You know, adapt to every season. Because seasons change. They change. You know, there's seasons where like, hey, pockets running a little thin. But now pockets kind of full. Yeah. You know, money coming in. Yeah. You know, so like adapting to the season is very important. You know, because now it's a great season. I'm having fun. I know the season is going to change again where I have to lock in and do something else. Yeah. But I just know I have to adapt to that. I have to lock in different seasons, you know, and also be vigilant, be careful sometimes, especially in the seasons where you're supposed to be carefree. Don't be too carefree, because that's when sometimes you get stuck there. Something can even go down. Yeah. You don't want to find yourself in that predicament, even though it's obviously not planned, but like, you know, you could be vigilant while having fun, you know, especially when you're around alcohol and substances. Yeah. You know, still stay vigilant, still be all eyes and just, you know, have fun, but then don't go overboard. Too much of anything is bad, and that's the easiest quote in the book. Easiest, yeah. You know, chill. You don't want to be the guy that's puking everywhere. Yeah. You don't want to be the guy that's fighting because he's drunk. You don't want to be the girl that's just like, just like cursing out all of her friends and telling them how much they always hated them. Like, oh, that's how your heart really was. It's crazy. We didn't know. So
Yeah.
one way, and she, man, we did that because he full stop. Shout out to shout out to Prezi for that one.
Yeah.
Like learn to adapt to the seasons. So learn to have fun. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to have fun, turn up.
Yeah. Do you find that it's hard? I think maybe not for you. I don't know. I see you as like an older soul. Like in age, you're young.
Yeah.
Right?
Pretty young.
Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know.
I'm not that young, though. Ladies,
Dice.
I'm not
Do you remember 9/11?
Hell no.
Exactly. So how old are you then? I remember 9/11.
Damn.
Yes, damn indeed.
I don't even remember that there was a recession.
In 2008?
Yeah. Like I didn't know that affected people.
It did. Well, maybe not us.
Yeah.
I guess indirectly it did, but it was worse in the
sodas
US.
Sodas used to be 100, then they turned to 250. Like, goddamn.
Bruh.
Goddamn recession.
Bruh.
Now it's 1.5.
1.5 is crazy. I remember them like wajyaga kuri boutique ufite vide.
Yeah.
Ukagura like 250.
50. Literally.
A whole Fanta.
Take me back.
Wow.
Nah, it was 300 for me. I never touched the 250. That's for y'all.
Do you remember the 100 bill? You remember that?
Hell no. I've seen it once, but like I thought it was a mint.
It existed.
I thought it was a mint.
I loved it. It was my favorite bill.
It was brownish, right?
Yeah, such a cute color.
I thought it.
They discontinued it. No, and then 500 was green.
The 500 green 500. Yeah. Let me tell you something about the green 500. That was the first time somebody ever gave me money, and it was my mom. And I remember the first thing I bought. This is very significant information, by the way. I remember the first money my mom ever put in my hand. Rwandan money.
Yeah.
It was a 500 note, the green one. And the first thing I bought was a lighter. Damn. And I've been on fire ever since.
Period. Bars.
I bought a lighter, and now that I'm thinking about it, I just like, imagine if I never bought that lighter. What would I be if I never bought that lighter? It was a blue lighter. And I just kept like, and it had a torch until it dissipated. Damn. And I've been on fire ever since. Swear to God. Yeah. So shout out to that. The green 500.
Yeah,
bill.
they need to bring that back.
Yo, I don't know what you did to switch it up. There's this weird one
it's
now.
It's very weird because it's very similar to the 1K one.
I don't even like touching 500s now.
I don't.
Here you go. Take this to your family. For real.
Yeah.
But I don't touch the 500 bills anymore. I touch the red bills now. Because that's where we at. Touch the red bills. Get you some red bills. Get you some
red bills.
Clock it. Some red.
Some red.
Some red bills. Clock it.
Yeah. We went so far away from what I wanted to say originally. So what I was saying is he's young. That we know. He doesn't know the 100 bill. No 9/11. No. Y'all could do the math. But
I read about it now. I did the education.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I wasn't there.
But you, like, in age you're young, yes, but the way I perceive you is like you're very old in the way you're thinking and like mature. Let's call it that. Yeah. Right? So I wanted to ask you about like the seasons that you were talking about. Do you find it hard to move from one season to the other, or it's easier for you to accept? Because I feel like if you're in a season of like having fun and then you have to lock in to a serious one, it could be hard. No?
Yeah. Just because the understanding of knowing how easy it is for something to consume you, the fear of that makes me not want to do something for a very long time. You know? Because like think about people who like, do substance abuse. Think about people. I know people who used to drink and it was very okay.
Yeah.
But they weren't like alcoholics. You
Just have
used to have fun, used to drink, boom, boom, boom. And then, not drinking every day, literally, but, they used to, now it's just like, oh, I just need that feel. So they got lost in the sauce. So the fear of being consumed by the pleasures of a season makes me understand when the season comes to an end that I gotta switch up. Right now, like, okay, we having fun, turn it up. Then, like, ask yourself, like, yo, have you been saving anything? Have you been investing in anything? What have you contributed to grow your platform right now? What are you doing to elevate your life? So you get to learn to switch that, to turn that switch whenever necessary.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're gonna be turned for you're gonna be turned for the whole year.
You can't be. No.
In this economy.
Nah,
bro.
I don't know.
Some kids I used to see, especially in Kigali, I'm just like, I see some kids, I'm like, bro, you've been outside a little too much.
Every time I'm outside, I see you.
Yeah, like, why are you outside all the time? Like, what's your occupation? And then I literally see, like, how, once you get to find out how they fund their lifestyle, you're like, oh, that's not sufficient. Yeah. That's not going to keep you up for, you got 3 years tops. 3 years tops until you're a 28-year-old and everybody's just like, who is this guy? Who's this guy? Why is he doing the things that he's doing? Yeah. So it's very important to know when to turn that switch. Yeah. It's necessary. It's necessary for your development as a human being.
100%. Yeah.
There's times where you gotta go listen to some music, read a book. Times where you just gotta talk to people for inspiration. I like talking to people for inspiration. Because I'm not a reader like that. But when I talk to my little brother and he tells me about a book he's reading, I'm like, wow, interesting. I never looked at stuff like that. I like to be outside, actually, like outside. Experiencing stuff and seeing stuff and actually going to talk to the people who are going through those stuff. Yeah. Because it just makes me more sympathetic. It makes me understand things more. Yeah. I think that's what made me a little bit mature. It's just like being outside and absorbing everything around you and seeing, learning how to ration between what's necessary and what's not. Yeah. So it was very helpful. Very much so helpful. Yep. Sure. Should put like elevator music right here.
There's an ant on my hand. I don't want to break it because it's gonna be. You know how ants are so organized that when you displace them, that really disorients them. And if I'm in their, I'm gonna sound so woo-woo right now. If I'm outside, I'm in their habitat, right? So I don't want to go around killing them for being in their habitat, So I try to be really mindful, not just ants, but insects in general. If I'm outside, I'm like, all right, I'm in your house. How do I make this safe for you?
Damn, I don't do that. I would have killed that ant.
You shouldn't. Why?
To be honest, I would have.
You're in his.
I would have killed. Because why are you
face.
on me though? You're
But this
prey
is-
now.
They don't understand that.
You're a prey now.
They don't have that understanding.
I might even digest you.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Some things I don't really take that serious. Because I'm just like, yeah, you might be a living thing, but I have dominion over certain stuff, animals. You know, if I gotta kill a goat to eat, I'm gonna kill that goat.
Well, that's okay.
My
understanding, right?
If I gotta just flick an ant not to get into my ear or somewhere else.
I mean, if there's no other option, sure, do that. But
where did you put the ant?
It's down there. It went down with all his friends. Look it.
You sure?
It's one of those.
You sure you didn't like crack his spine?
No, I tried not to.
Giant, just like a giant just broke my leg.
So he's gonna tell his friends.
Just by gently. You do it for a spider?
Again, it depends, like the urgency aspect of things.
Are you sure?
Let's say it's like on a windowsill, right? Come on, do it outside. And once it's outside, cool, do your thing, right?
All I know is I'm swatting some insects. If it was here, I'd just be like,
but you're in his house. He's or her.
I'm outside too. This is my habitat.
Everyone's everyone. Now, when you build a house and they go inside that's a little different.
But then, like, I'm still an outside person. Human beings never well, we were always outside. So we started like, oh, we're getting cold. Our skin is like, you know.
We're always outside, but like, you think Neanderthals were flicking away ants?
Oh, just that. Not just that. Trust me, they were. Oh, you don't want to know.
I don't want to. You were there.
You don't want to know what these.
You weren't there for 9/11, but you were there.
Yeah,
I wasn't there. 9/11. Okay.
BC, just because. You know. For real. I was there, locked in with the ants and the bushmen.
What were they doing?
You know, they were like figuring it out like everybody else, to be honest.
How did it go? Actually, yes, since you were there. How did it all go wrong? Where does the trajectory, shift into office jobs, wearing suits?
Yeah.
Fucking Q1 deliverables. Where did it all go wrong?
I feel like human beings. Yes. Ego. Hey, now I'm done. Hey. Hey. It was an interview, not.
I guess we'll never know the answer to that. But if you have an idea, comment down below. The weather is changing.
Season is changing.
Yes. That was a nice full circle.
Timed it so perfectly. I've been waiting for this moment all my life.
But yeah, so it looks like it's gonna rain. I gotta go. And my phone is low battery. So I think all this signals the end of this. Do you have, I ask every person, do you have any final remarks? Anything you want to tell the vlog?
Yeah.
Feel free. If you don't have anything, that's fine too.
I think it's the world would be a better place if everybody started being themselves. And just be your fucking self. Literally. Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Just be. You know? Be yourself. Stop hiding who you are. Like if I knew you was a killer, probably know where to find a killer. If I knew you was a thief, just be you. If you're a great person, be a great person. You know? maybe when you start being yourself, it helps you learn what you get to contribute to the world.
Yeah.
Positive or negative. So I hope everybody could be themselves.
Yeah.
You know? I really do. Because then you know how to deal with people. You know how to live around them.
Yeah.
With their defaults and their perks and...
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
And thank you for being a part of this.
Yo, an honor. A real life honor. You know? It's like... The fact that you thought about me.
Of course.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
Really
I got you.
Peace out, guys. You know the drill.
You know.
If you inspired, click. Send it to everybody.
mbega indishyize umuruho nje nisaruye hagati aho nsanze nawe undi duhanganye mpagaze mu buso nawe bungabiye twiremeye inzira nawe uhungabanye